Salutations, my people. You're watching ARTV. My name is Tay Chaplin, content creator, AV God, Sorcerer Supreme, and this is Bants with Tay. Let's Bants. So, guys, there's bad news and there's good news. The bad news is Bill Cosby has been convicted, and he's going to be going to jail for up to 30 to life. The bad news is that all those uncles that always just come to your house and ask you to dance for no particular reason, then give you money, are still around. Davido has shown us how he's not like us, but then he's just like us. $30 billion for the account, yo. He dropped his new single, which is called Assurance, with his new girlfriend, Chioma, who he just bought Porsche, and the license plate is called Assurance. So at this point in time, I was watching the behind the scenes by his behind the scenes guy called Twitch, and he shows her the Porsche, and she's like, "Oh my God, baby, I love you so much," and she's like kissing him and stuff, and then he starts singing the song, and everybody's just like, he's like, "Chom," everybody's like, "My love." I'm just like, okay, this is going to become a thing. You know, this is definitely going to like replace accolades, because this is what we are, Nigeria. Thank you. Apart from that, while he was singing and all these things, the were babies like, "Choma, congratulations, congrats." You know, and Femi made a very good point that like at least like 70% of those girls want to kill her and take her place. Just like every other Davido song that we know, it's going to go straight to #1.
I am looking for the sister, Choma, my lover. She got the dollar, she dey wear designer.
My people, we are now in the music Bants. Let's talk about some very, very, very dope shit. Two very good topics. #1, Kanye West, right? I'm going to need some help from the room, right? Is Kanye West making sense?
Yeah.
What part is he not making sense with?
The slavery part.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
I'll tell you what I think about Kanye West. When I watched the whole video, Kanye West is basically making a point to say, we all need to be able to think freely and think independently. You know, similar to the fact of like the philosophers back in the day, like Socrates and Plato, like basically saying that we need to think for ourselves. But at the same time, right, the guy at TMZ, he made a very, very strong point, which is what you're saying is not free thought. What you're saying is lack of thought.
I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that, because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice.
There are lots of people that have been doing what you're trying to do, but they've gone to school and they have so much, accolades to back up what they're saying. They have facts, and Kanye does not have facts. Does anybody watch Suits? Kanye West is Mike. That's his name, right? Yeah, the fake lawyer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So in Suits, there's a fake lawyer that comes in and he messes up the whole firm because he's a fake lawyer in there. He did a lot of good, but the fact that he didn't know what he was talking about got him in trouble. And this is what Kanye West is going to do for a lot of people. I personally think Kanye West is very dangerous. I think someone should take the microphone and the spotlight away from him until he figures out exactly what he wants to do. And then when he does figure it out, I feel that he can then make that change that he wants. Now let's talk about something that is more closer to home. J. Cole was here a couple of weeks ago, and he performed his whole catalog. He performed new songs from his new album, KOD, ATM, Friends, all of them will join. But the main thing that I realized that when he was doing ATM, and when he was doing that hands in the air song, everybody was saying the words, and they were yelling and they were jumping. And I was wondering why people don't do that for Nigerian artists. So let's analyze this hip-hop industry that we have in Nigeria. We're talking about Ill Bliss, we're talking about Vector, of course, there's SDC, there was the Tribesman. So if you're from Port Harcourt, you know about Specimen A, you know about Talk Tight, right? But the last best hip-hop acts that we had was Jesse Jags, Ice Prince, and Mr. Incredible himself, MI, right? So let's just look at some of the great things that he's done. Jesse Jagz has 3 albums on his own. No Chocolate City. This is under the Jagz Nation. The first one was dope. One of my favorite songs of all time is on that album, right? Ice Prince literally carried the hook burden for a very, very long time. He gave them a lot of bad, and MI is our best rapper. So these guys are the guys that we can use as a benchmark and see where we need to get to and where we're coming from. Don't get me wrong, right? There are lots of people that are doing hip hop now in their own way, because let's face it, even in this climate, as things are on the internet and things are going viral, hip hop is still a very difficult market to sell, and selling music is really not making people money as much as we want. But people are still doing it. So you have YC, who is like a R&B, Afrobeat, rap fusion. Poe, who is a good rapper. Poe is a really good rapper. I'll give him that. We have guys like Mars and Barzini, who are spitting bars. Shout out to the song More Songs. That's really weird to say, but that's like a really good song by Mars and Barzini. So there are people that are doing what needs to be done. But the real question is how we're going to get people or the audience to be vulnerable in front of hip-hop acts. I don't have the answers. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we've come to the end of the show. This is the last segment, definitely not the least. You know the name already. Playlist 4. This is where we curate music for a particular vibe, mood, any type of situation. And today, I felt it only fair that since we're talking about the Chuck Boys, we should look back at some of their greatest hits. Now, who are the Chuck Boys, you say? First of all, you are Mumu. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. Okay, listen. The Chuck Boys are made up of Jesse Jagz, Ice Prince, MI. But some documentation online kind of Brimo. So I'm basically going to look at all 4 of them and their best jams. Let's do this together, right? Ice Prince, there's Aboki, there's Superstar, VIP, there is Oleku.
Oleku, tell me something where I know fit do. Yo,
For MI, my favorite MI songs is 1 Naira, because I'm a romantic. The Middle, because that beat is fire. And then Safe.
Whether I want Naira, whether I want million, baby you got me, baby you got me.
A while ago, MI made an announcement that he was going to be hosting a hip-hop festival called Waha Festival. I really want that to happen. Because just like what Kanye West is doing, I feel like MI creating a hip-hop festival kind of officializes and authenticates all the work that all the rappers have been doing. Because I feel like MI is definitely at the top. Brimo, right? So I say good morning. Ara. And I really like this Hey Ya joint, this new one. Brimo has hits. Brimo has too many hits. One thing I will go on record to say is that I'm 185% that Brimo in the next 5 years is going to become, if not the biggest, but one of the biggest acts in Nigeria. Let's talk about Jesse Jagz. Jesse Jagz has an OST single for the movie Heaven's Hell, Third World War, featuring Femi Kuti. One of the greatest songs I've heard in my life.
Who brought the troops out to public? Jagz Nation and the Kalakuta Republic. Streets hot like a dress rehearsal in hell.
When you listen to the song Nobody Test Me, right, with all the Chuck Boys, you will clearly see that Jesse Jagz wanted to be the best rapper. Listen guys, another day, another episode of Bants with Tay, and yes, you may follow me on Instagram, Tay Chaplin. Also follow ARTV somewhere down here. My name is Tay Chaplin. This has been Bants with Tay. Ooh, by the way, to all the rappers who think I was joking, I don't play games. I'm not playing with nobody. Listen, bring your 1 minute bars. Fill that 1 minute up. You understand? The best one will get 10K, and I'll make a viral video of a song that you have already mixed though. Don't come and ask me to mix song because you see me in the AR office, right? All you need to do is hashtag ARTV challenge, and you can win 10,000 naira and a viral video. Peace.